Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Thursday night with Hollie, Lynn, Psychic Medium here on Air One Radio and Moonstruck TV. I'm excited to be here. Again, like I told you guys, I always pre-plan the show and it always changes. So at this point, I'm like, I'm going to quit putting all this work in because Spirit always changes it for me. So I'm not sure if everybody knows, but the 17th, which is Monday, is the beginning of the full moon. The full moon, this time it's called Wolf Moon. It marks the middle of the cold winter season. And I don't know where everybody is right now in their weather, but I'm in good old Louisville, Kentucky, and it's cold and it's miserable and we don't like the cold. So we're in the middle of that season. So I want to talk a little bit about some things that I've been seeing and reading and just kind of like in different groups and communicating with people on is kind of the shift everybody's going through right now. Everybody feels different, but a lot of people feel so displaced right now. Nothing is as it seems. Nothing feels normal. I know a lot of people typically remove the spiritual aspect from it. You know, they do suffer from seasonal depression, wintertime when it gets cold and dark and, you know, you don't have that sunlight because the sunlight it's vitamin, it's health for us. But there's so much more going on than just the weather. There are a lot of people right now who are shifting. There are so many people going through awakenings right now. And I want to talk about awakenings. I know I've touched on it before, but I want to start and use my son as an example. Actually, my oldest twins, they'll be 21 on Saturday or Sunday. I can't even believe that. I'm like, how did that happen? But my one twin had gone to New Orleans with his fraternity for fall formal. You know, and he, you know, 20-year-olds, they kind of know everything. So his mom's not cool. He's like, whatever, mom. Well, I wake up Saturday morning to text messages from my child saying, Mom, am I going to die? Am I really going to die? Tell me, you know, if I am. Of course, immediately mom kicks in and I call, even though I know that's not, I'm trying to place like, why are you saying this? But I don't feel that. Essentially, he had an awakening in the middle of the French Quarter in one of the bars. Once they came home, you know, he was sharing the experience with me and it was scary. It was very scary because no one else heard anything. He was the only one who heard it. And I want to let you guys know that's an extreme. That is an extreme awakening. Typically, our awakenings begin with synchronicity. Like you start seeing numbers repeating, you know, just a lot of repetition going on around you. You might occasionally hear something. You think someone might be calling your name, but nobody's around. They're usually subtle things. It's not as big as what my son experienced. That's scary, you all. That's scary for anyone, but let alone a 20-year-old who still doesn't truly understand. And this is where I backstep again and talk about how there's more awareness and what we are doing now is becoming more accepted and spoken publicly on. But imagine before when there was no one to talk about. You know, I say it all the time that there are so many people who have gifts, but because and no disrespect to anyone in the medical community, but because we're taught and some people believe that's impossible, there's people right now that are being suppressed, you know, medicated because they're hearing voices. There's diagnosis for that. I was speaking to someone from my spirit spell, and I told her that. I was like, if I was not a psychic medium, I would have been concerned. I would have been like, what were you really doing? What do you mean you're hearing voices? So those are things that we've got to have grace with ourselves. Awakenings are happening to a lot of people right now. Going through an awakening can be a very scary, lonely time. I want to share the experience that I had, and again, from the communities that I'm in, I'm learning the same thing as well. You know, everything we do, life is happening for us, not to us. It's a hard pill to swallow, guys, but it's facts. So every experience, every relationship, every single thing we do There is something in it that we are supposed to learn. There is a purpose, okay? When our ego says, I know what I need to do. I'm in charge here. When we let our ego take over and we continue to do the same things, receiving the same results, and spirit's over here going, hey, this is your time to shine. Like you're going through an awakening. Pay attention. That's when universe steps in. That's when universe starts to remove everything around us. And that is what I experienced. Everything. My 22-year hairdressing career, gone. Friends, family, my 6-year relationship. Everything was taken from me. I was alone, forced to sit alone. One thing with the awakening, I think for a lot of people, I always go back to healing. It forces you to get quiet and be still. And it forces you to work on those parts of you that you've suppressed. I was referenced back to Atomic Habits, the book. If you've not read it, read it. He talks about your backpack. Our backpacks are loaded and full, and we just keep throwing more in that backpack. So when we're forced to get quiet and sit, because we've experienced this. So see, guys, right in this moment, we're like, we'll use a relationship. My relationship is ended. I'm alone. I have nothing, nobody. Well, when you start that healing journey, you're starting it because of the relationship. In actuality, that relationship is not why we are healing. That relationship is a product of what we have shoved all the way down in the bottom of that backpack that we have suppressed, what we told ourselves, what we learned. By the age of 7 years old, we had already formed the opinion, the way we loved, the way we received love, our value, our worth, all of those feelings and emotions. We had formed those by 7 years of age. So the universe does its job and steps in and says, hey, I'm going to help you out. Hard way to help someone out, I can assure you. Remove all these things, put you into hard work and start working. So what I want to do and offer today for you all are just some tips to kind of help you. Because even with my journey, and I speak publicly on Facebook and Instagram, more so Facebook, but I'm very public and very open about my journey and the difficulties, the highs, the lows. Like I said, we got to the top of that mountain. I was queen of the hill, and I literally rolled right back down that mountain, and I hit that bottom. I was back in the trenches. It was different, but I was still there, and I couldn't understand why. A quote I heard: when you get to the top of one mountain, keep climbing, because there's always going to be another one. Okay. So with that being said, I just want to offer some tips for you. And I also want to encourage you to reach out. There's plenty of groups, there's plenty of us that are supporting each other through this, because like I said, it's a very lonely, confusing time. And I want to say this because I'm literally being told right now by Spirit to tell you, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. What you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're feeling, it is normal. It is all a part of an awakening. You need support, and you need support from within a community who understands. Do not be afraid to speak to someone, to reach out. I just want to give you a couple tips, and then we're going to move to our caller, Patricia. But number one, I think what happens too when we're going through this episode of awakening, we tend to, our frequencies drop, our vibration. And you guys, that's our energy. So what we were projecting, what we're putting out, that's what we're receiving. It's easy to get in that dark place. But the first thing I'm going to suggest, listen to frequency music. Begin with healing frequency music. Sit with healing frequency music on. It's going to help you, I promise. Start meditating. Meditating is going to raise your frequency. Meditation is going to also open you up to maybe have more insight into what truly is happening. That's where you're going to get a lot of your answers. A lot of reassurance is through that meditation. And spend time writing, journaling, everything. I am a huge fan. Like I said, it's automatic writing. I call it free writing. I'm a huge fan of it because you meditate, you've got your healing frequency music on, you meditate, and you put a pen to paper and you let things flow. Because I think, again, what we do is we get caught in that ego and we try to talk ourselves out of what we've seen, what we've heard, what we feel. It's important. Document this. And get with someone who will be your ear, who will help you understand why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. Because, guys, it's normal. Look, it's normal. As crazy as it may sound or feel in this moment, it is completely normal. So, again, self-care is number one. Do not be afraid. Do not be scared of what you're experiencing. It is a beautiful, beautiful gift that has been given. You know, we all have intuition, and some of us gifts look different, but we all have that gift. Honor that gift, honor that journey. And one day you will look back and you'll thank God, universe, whomever you call, for what they have done for you. So do not hesitate reaching out to me. Again, if you have any questions in the journey, like I said, it's very lonely, and I am here to support people 150%. Facebook is Hollie Lynn, psychic medium. That's all my handles on everything. So I am here with anything that you need support on in regards to awakening, anything. So, all right, enough about that. Let's move into the fun part of the night. We are going to bring our caller on. Patricia.
Yes.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Excuse me. I got to grab my notebook. Sorry. Look, they're going to kill me. I messed up my screen. I was told not to move breathing. I'm kidding. Anyway, I am doing great. Thank you so much for being here. Look, I thought I was all prepared. I had the wrong notebook up here, and my OCD kicks in. I have to use the same notebook when I do my readings. So what tonight are you looking into? What do you want me to look into for you? Anything specific?
My medical. My health.
Your health. Okay. So I am going to give you a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not going to diagnose. I'm not going to offer medical advice. You need to follow the orders of your doctor, because I'm not a doctor. So even though I did have the nickname at the salon as Dr. Google, because, you know, mom and 4 kids, I tend to be able to diagnose everybody with everything. And that's outside spiritual work, so that doesn't count. So anyway, all right, Patricia, well, let's kind of look into the health. So I'm going to go ahead and say I feel like is there something with your throat?
No.
Yeah, because I'm getting like, it's coming my chest up into my throat. It almost felt like a reflex.
Hold
on.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on a minute. Yeah, because I had a heavy lump in there, and then it's moving down, and then I'm hearing gallbladder. So I don't know if you have gallbladder issues or you have in the past, but I literally, it started here and went down.
Out.
I'm sorry?
I had it taken out.
Okay. Give me just a moment. Okay, so, and I always tell everybody, it does not matter what I hear. I'm going to say it even if it may not make sense in this immediate moment. Hold on, because that was... Okay, you know that feeling when you blow a balloon up, or when you've blown multiple balloons up, and how your cheeks get that tingly feeling on the inside? I'm feeling that in my cheeks right now. Also, as I was sitting here hearing messages, my face started to get extremely hot. And then even just like some numb feeling it started on the left cheek, and then even like that hot fire then into the gum on the right side. And now it's the left cheek right now that's got that balloon, like I'm blown up to 50 balloon tingly feeling. I don't know if that means anything to you at all. And I also what I heard too, initially before all of that was, you know, they're showing me the center of you, your center, the core of your body, digestion, stomach. And then I'm hearing apple. So I don't know if you're using apple sliders or if there's something with you and apples, but they said apple. So I'm going to repeat that to you. I don't know, and I don't understand what that means. I see surgery, and I'm seeing the scar like in the abdomen area. So I don't know if this means anything to you or not, or what they are showing me.
I have had surgeries, yes.
Okay, the cheeks though, like this is wild. And I will share this too, even for our callers. We all have our own signs and symbols. Nobody's are the same. Like we cannot go buy a book on what each sign and symbol means for anything. And we have to understand that. And literally with spirit, it's literally like playing Pictionary or charades. We are taking these clues and hints and putting them together to understand. So for me, this is the first time I've experienced this. Like literally it is the inside of my cheeks, like I've blown balloons.
I do
Oral
have teeth
surgery.
problems on that side.
Well, I just wrote oral surgery. So I'm not sure if you've had oral surgery, but I do see some surgery coming in. And then I'm hearing implants in the mouth.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, 13 and 14, I don't even know, or those are back teeth. The teeth cues 13 and 14 is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is what immediately that like what they're saying, like, I'm not sure, like they're saying diet needs to change. You need to look into an anti-inflammatory diet because you're literally fueling your system. You're putting your system into overdrive, which is causing you problems. I'm seeing like cramping in the abdomen. There's not a consistency with your digestion, and I don't want to get too graphic. Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
Yeah, they're showing me, yeah, you need to, like, the first thing I'm hearing is a detox, a cleanse. Be careful, consult your doctor before you do that. And because you don't have a gallbladder, things are not going to process properly throughout your body. But there's just some other stuff going on just with that digestive tract. And I'm going to tell you, we talk about this. Do you get a lot of indigestion and nausea? Because literally now I've got it coming up my throat, like where I literally just thought I was going to get sick. That's everything I'm feeling from you. Yeah. You got to change what you're putting in your body. And that is 90% of what is causing this secondary, the way you're feeling. But I'm going to tell you also, we always talk about everything is associated with something. And the one thing Spirit is really telling me right now is that there's validated health concerns and issues going on within your body. But they're also showing me there's some outside things going on with you and have gone on that is triggering this offset within you. And it's almost become the distraction for you because it's a new focus, because you've got this concern and you just, like they're saying to me, like, Sheila says, I'm falling apart. I'm falling apart. Try to stop. Look at what you're doing, where you are. And if you need to carry a little tiny notebook with you, do it. Look and pay attention to what you're doing and where you are when you feel a symptom in your body. Okay. They're literally saying to me, like, and my guys, sometimes I have to apologize in advance because my spirit guides some of them can be ornery, but they're like, she's a worry wart. That's all she does, worry. She worries about everything. Worrying, like your stomach is like, they're showing me like acid. They're showing me this circle, which I know it's the indication of your stomach, but literally it's just coated and it's just like constantly, it's not things are not being released and everything's sitting in there. And it's causing more of an issue than helping you. But that it is not everything that's wrong that's going on with you. It is literally the worry and the stress. You have a situation that feel like you have no control over, and you've not been able to change the outcome and what has happened. And I feel like some of this has been redirected into your body and your health, because it's your body, it's your health. Only you understand. You know how you feel. So you're justified in that moment and you have control of that. Do you understand what I'm saying by that?
Yeah.
They're also telling me, and I'm hesitant because I can feel I can already feel that energy of you. You got to let it go. You got to forgive.
I know.
And then forgive yourself. Okay. Because the only person suffering is you. You should be it's like they're showing me prison. You're a prisoner within your own being and body. Your body is your temple. Your body will not fail you. It's not supposed to. Treat it like such. And they're showing me like a lot of like not great foods, like a lot of grease, which it's like getting in there, and it's just causing this upward because you're trying to purge literally, but the purging is emotionally and it's your heart. It's mending that needs to be done. So again, get yourself a journal, and I'm the journal queen. Sorry, you all. Journal queen, get a journal. And every time your stomach starts to feel queasy, every time you feel that bubble come up, every time you start to get the pain in the mouth, write down where you are, what you're doing, and what you were thinking about.
Okay.
Go through that consistently, and you're going to start to see a little bit of pattern. Again, I'm not discrediting that there are medical issues going on within your body, but what I am telling you is you have the ability to free yourself of a lot of them. Okay. That's not yours. It's not you. Like they're literally saying, whoosh, get rid of it, push it out, get it away from you. It is not yours, and you are safe in your own body. You are safe. Okay. And you need to remind yourself that needs to be an affirmation for you. I am safe. It is safe to be in my body. Okay. Change that mind, and you're going to start to heal a lot of the inside of the broken part of your body. Do you have questions for me?
I have a pretty bad wound, and I almost lost my life not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to be okay?
Okay, and I feel like everything goes right back to like the core, the center. And I actually, was it open? Because that's what I'm seeing, like an opening.
Yeah.
And I see drainage and stuff. You know, this is what I'm gonna, and I want to say it very kindly and lovingly. You're going to be okay if you want to make the changes to allow yourself to be okay. Start cleaning things up. Forgive yourself, accept yourself. Because again, our mind is a very powerful tool, and our mind can take over and bring everything from light to dark. So, you know, I feel like you're still struggling with issues with that, but I also am seeing just some inconsistencies with the care, with, you know, the love that you're putting into yourself. And I hate to say that because I understand, again, it's separate, it's medical, but when we're not loving ourselves, our body, because it begins within, we're going to treat the outward, we're going to treat that opening the same. Okay. I know in your mind, you're like, I'm doing the best I can and I'm trying to take care of things. But I just want you to know, you know, stay on top of things with it. Don't wait. Don't wait with any health issues. Don't wait until things get to an elevated place. Okay. Yeah. But continue doing what you're doing. I feel like there's been a whole lot of antibiotics in your life here lately. And it's not just for that infection. Like they're showing me all kinds of stuff. And like, whether I could feel like multiple pills, like, you know, when you're taking those big horse pills and they get stuck in down here in your throat, that's what I'm feeling right now. Like right down in my esophagus. For the callers, the viewers, or the listeners, I don't know what's going on. The listeners at home, you can't see where my hand is, but it's literally like where your neck connects to right your collarbones. It feels like those pills are stuck there. So, you know, I think that what I see, like initially what they showed me was like a really big opening, and it's getting smaller. And also you do not need to worry about what it's going to look like once it's healed. They're telling me to tell you that. Maybe there's some issues with that, like I'm going to have a horrible scar. This is awful. When's it going to like that? Those things are not important. That's not what's important right now. Okay. You have to take care of yourself, and you have to put yourself first, and it has to begin with yourself inside. Okay. And with that heart.
Okay.
All right. And I have 2 minutes, and I was shuffling over here. I was called to pull you a card. Cause I feel like you could use one from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, honey. See, this is how spirit works. It's the arrow. Looks a little blurry. Sorry. Surround yourself with positive energy. So again, or I'm sorry, with protective energy. And this is why I love spirit, because spirit circles right back around to what we were talking about. It begins within you. It's going to be your choice ultimately to change your process. And again, I keep hearing and keep needing to remind you that you are safe in your body. It is safe to be in your body.
Okay.
Message, and I'm going to read this really quickly because we're going to run out of time. Surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Oh my gosh, I love it. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection. Arrows have been referred as symbols of protection and weapons of defense. When an arrow appears, it's a sign you need to protect yourself and what is important to you, because not everyone has the same intentions as you do. It doesn't mean people are intentionally wanting to hurt you, but they could be careless with their choices and actions, which could affect you. So again, that resonates and goes all the way back to what we talked about. Patricia, you're a beautiful, lovely soul. I love you. I can feel the love from your heart. Please reach deep and find that love within yourself and know that you're going to heal, because you're going to heal yourself. I appreciate you calling in. You guys, 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes goes really, really quick on here. But thank you again for having me tonight. Again, check out my Facebook page, Hollie Lynn Psychic Medium, Instagram as well. I look forward to next week and see what spirit does, because I'll tell you what, it's been wild at my house. Maybe I'll find a way to share some of these photographs I've been taking and what they've been showing me people outside my house. Next week, we'll see if that's possible to do. Everybody have a beautiful night. Stay warm, stay safe, enjoy the new moon. Make sure to manifest and give it to the universe. Until next time, I'm Hollie Lynn, Psychic Medium. Have a good night, everybody.